Alma Bowen with Nuestra Comunidad. Alma, just from my part, Alma came and found us after the 2017 fire. She was a 911 dispatcher that night, and she took it as a mandate personally and professionally to create a network and create an organization that wasn't reactive. She was the epitome of the reaction of the 911 dispatcher, and she said, we're going to take this into community. And so now we're talking about, an amazing partnership. Really started here in Cloverdale with a partnership with funding from us, funding from the city, you creating a pilot, and now really, just rolling. So can you give us just an update from your side?
Absolutely, and I'll keep it quick. So we are the boots on the ground organization. So as Supervisor Gore said, Supervisor Gore was one of our first cheerleaders. I met with him, told him what was going on, told him what I experienced as a dispatcher, why I was starting this nonprofit. And it was mostly because I saw the need for community to prepare. And it's building a culture of preparedness where we're talking about it all year long. So we don't do disaster preparedness during fire season, we do it year round. And so now we were just awarded the direct contract with Listos, California, and we are part of the effort with CERT to grow out. Our entire team will be instructors as well. I've been an instructor with Jeff since 2020. And so we just continue our effort. We have an office in Cloverdale. We have a second office, our administrative office by the airport. And although we service all of Sonoma County, we have projects going on constantly everywhere. Our focus has been Northern Sonoma County because we find sometimes resources, especially in Cloverdale, they kind of trickle in if they make it here at all. And so we're just very intentional to make sure that our programs start here. To tie in with Jeff, we've been working with him at the high school as well, doing disaster prep and helping with CERT. We just launched a program called Phoenix Rising. Chief Ferguson, a lot of the local resources supported us here. And so we brought in youth, high school youth, and we did a whole morning where we offered mental health support for everything that they're experiencing, especially through these disasters. We're experiencing something here in Sonoma County that maybe we hadn't thought about it, how our youth are impacted. From kindergarten through high school, they've gone through multiple fires. How does that affect them? So the morning we focused on that. We taught them disaster prep. We talked about disaster response and what that means. And then in the afternoon, it was about careers in public safety. So we had representation from all the careers as a panel, and then we brought in the junior college to talk about what are the things here locally at our junior college, which is a superb resource that these youth, if they don't already have a 4-year plan for college, which is not in everybody's trajectory, there's options here. And we're excited to be part of this effort, and we're here, we're rooted. We believe in communities that are rooted in resilience, and all of our programs are equity-based. And so we're just making sure that we're reaching out to the groups that maybe normally are not reached out. But also, it's from kindergarten through seniors, veterans, all of that. We're in any space we're invited to. So thank you for the support. That was our very first contract with Supervisor Gore with the town of the city of Cloverdale. That was our first contract, and that's why I have a special place in my heart, because you guys believed in us before anybody knew who we were, and so that means a lot. Thank
you. In another example of in the 2017 fires that we went through, let's be very real. We had a huge population, predominantly farm worker population, undocumented others who did not go to the resources. The reason why is because they didn't trust the resources. And the reason why is because the institutional network had never delivered, and oftentimes it was dangerous. And so what we saw was actually is that instead of going to areas like shelters and other networks, what we had was individuals who were going and camping in the ocean. And we all went out and were like, it sounds strange, but knocking on tents, trying to get people engaged, doing bilingual translation in the midstream, and we had realized that we had never built in those. That's the definition of equity, is like doing that on the front end so that you don't have to catch up and bootstrap. The other thing I wanted to say is that this idea of really empowering youth that Jeff and Alma talked about, we all know that the issues that our youth face with not just bad news all over the world, but like trauma, consistent and cumulative trauma, is that the best way to work with them is not to just remove the bad experience, but build up resilience and build new muscles. So Phoenix Rising, CERT training, all of these things that invest in the positive are the things that really all of a sudden, not only do they know, but their 20 friends know what they're doing. All of a sudden, you're creating more confidence in the network, the we network.